was a lot to break down in the latest Fairy Tale Dragon Cry movie, and I've already done a live reaction, as you guys could probably see down below in the description box, and also as well on the channel if you can actually check out that stuff there. But along with this video is what I want to do last time, is that I want to talk a little bit more about the trailer, as like there was a lot of things I wasn't able to actually mention as I was doing the live reaction because there was a lot. Now that I've kind of gone back through the trailer a couple of times at this point, right, about 10 times, like we actually do get to see a little bit more as like dissecting trailer and kind of figure out where exactly that this plot is going around. Like even when you saw at the start of it, like you can see that the actual like Dragon Cry, the actual staff itself seems to be some magical item, like gathering energy around it. And the question is, and all that, as we got to see this is clearly going to be relating a lot back to not only just Natsu's past as well, but a lot with like the other characters as well. I feel like that, like it's going to heavily focus on Natsu for the main portion of it. But one of the things I did like in the trailer is that we saw multiple things happening in the movie, and it wasn't just Natsu stealing the show. It was actually a bunch of the other characters as well. Like even as well, like one thing that a lot of people like missed immediately was the fact that it's seemingly we get to see that Wendy and Natsu are escaping from the castle, and we get to see that Wendy is in a design that we haven't seen before. Maybe that she had to infiltrate. Like I think there was like a scene from like one of the manga panels where they had to come in as dancers. Maybe that was one of the things where like Wendy had to do that with Lucy. But you see, like it was kind of treated like kind of comically as they're kind of running away. And it was like, oh shit, we better get out of here. And like with what we saw like in the trailer, not like, and a lot of people didn't see actually catch that when they didn't go back to the trailer. Natsu actually has the Dragon Cry staff on it, so they infiltrated that place just to get the staff. And I imagine Lucy alongside with Wendy were kind of the distraction to get in there. And then, like, where we've seen, like, a future scene and all that with Gray. Gray is actually being chased by, like, a bunch of the knights, and he freezes the actual area there. He has, like, the actual Dragon Cry staff in there. And when it escalates, like, there was one bit, like, we get to see a character that hasn't been shown yet in the trailer. It's, like, one thing when Awnser tells everyone to, like, get ready, prepare and all that, we're probably going to get the Dragon Cry back. There is this chick that we get to see with a lot more darker skin, and seems like has, like, this sort of rabbit or, like, sort of cat motif, and completely bashes back Awnser. And we don't really get to know. She hasn't been in any of the sort of trailer footage and all that from what we've seen. She hasn't been one of the characters. Like, it isn't Sonya. Like, the only other, like, new female character that's been mentioned in the movie is Sonya. So I'm kind of wondering who exactly she is. I imagine she's probably maybe the Royal Kingdom, one of the elite guards or something on there. But the bit that actually caught my attention was when we saw Gray actually using his Ice Devil Slayer powers, and you get to see transform. And I love like just seeing this, like the tattoo just transforming. Clearly they didn't have to go for all that, but they wanted to use a little bit of the budget. We saw a little bit of like Wendy going in. I'm kind of happy because there was a few bits in this like thing where I was like, holy shit, Wendy's actually going in. As like one bit you see her where it seems like she's a lot more masterful of like her magic now, like where she can just to the point and all that, where she doesn't seem like she needs Charlotte at this point. Like where it's like one of the bits I was really impressed with her as she had the staff was like she just completely blitzed through this character, and she was just pretty much flying. So I like to think like, if anything, if this is after like where the manga's taking, or if there's anything and all that, this is after it, I like to say that they want to show a little bit more of that mastery over the wind and all that, and I really did like that. And like the next shot you see of her is her going into dragon, like so immediately it can confirm there, like because a lot of people have been confused with exactly this trailer, like trailer wants me having saying, does this take place after the does this take place after the manga? Does this take place after Alvarez? But if anything, now that we've got the Dragon Force kind of confirmed there, from Wendy at least, this is definitely after Tartarus, so this has to be when the gang has to get back together, but before Alvarez. So that's something where it's like, now I'm very happy, because one of the things where we like saw from there was we didn't get a confirmation at all about like when we saw like Natsu's scar, so it couldn't have happened afterwards. So like he didn't have the scar over his face. And one of the other shots I was gonna say, they definitely kept the edginess, as there was a bit where like Lucy was like sliding down with the Dragon Cry staff, and a little bit of the pantsuit, a little bit of the booby shot on there. But one of my favorite scenes was actually they were kind of recreating something from like with a Juviet and Grey scene where both of them were back to back, taking off the coats. It's like, let's go, let's fuck some people off. Obviously they're trying to buy time for the rest of the gang, and I'm gonna say this is one of the first few times we got to see Julia. She hasn't been really one of the few characters they've shown a little time on, but she looks a lot different. I say, like, maybe it's just like in this one picture she has like her face looks really different, but with that though, going more, we see Natsu fighting a bunch of the guards. He clearly is going to fight this guy with a mustache, and I think he's like supposed to be the senator of the kingdom. We see Sonya a little bit more into the trailer, and with one of the things which kind of got me is that we're seeing Natsu with E.N.D, and I really want to know where this is going. Or that we're going to find out a little bit more about like Natsu's past with E.N.D. That's something we never saw. But I'd like to say this is the first time they met, because like this is a real young baby Natsu, and E.N.D looks fucking intimidating. We know that he would never do anything to him, so I'd like to say this is the first time that they met, or I think they're showcasing this. And one of the things that was kind of a little bit shocking, we got to see Natsu's transformation going midway in this movie, as like his eyes are starting to turn red. That was something that was showing, and the fact that a bunch of the characters look like they got really fucked up at some point in the movie, because we get to see like during this explosion, like Judy is on the ground all fucked up, like Awnser gets taken out, and with the bit where we get to see, I guess, where the transformation's happening, as Lucy's saying it, Lucy's in a different design as well. She seems like in a maid outfit, so I'd like to say, oh well, obviously for the fucking edginess reasons as well, because let's be honest, it's there for that reason. I'd like to say like a little bit more, guessing that there was an infiltration to get in there and try and take it over, but then again, the last part of the trailer was more from Natsu's side, when the first time we saw, like, you know, from Lucy. So I kind of like, maybe there's a little bit more of the hinting. That's obviously something going a little bit deeper into it, saying like, is that something they want to show a little bit more about Natsu and Lucy? But I definitely, for this trailer, I really like this one a lot. Like, I feel like the second one was obviously just a teaser, and I feel like that seems like something you put on TV more, that little trailer that we had. It was like 30 seconds. This one was more of a fucking story dump. This was more letting us know about the Dragon Christ staff, letting us know about some little plot points and all that in the movie, a little bit of something happening, and I think, if anything, this movie's really going to be showcasing a lot of the main fairy tale. I think a lot of them are going to get their time to shine. Like, generally, I know this is like, honestly, I'm not a big fucking Wendy fan, but generally the fact, I feel like, I don't know why it is, but they seem like they want to give her really good moments throughout, like, both, like, Mark even here and all that. And the fact that we're now seeing a bit more of the bad guys, we're also as well seeing Awnser go in. Like, there were a bunch of bits I was impressed with. The fact that everyone's getting involved trying to protect their staff, and I kind of like that. And we need to understand a little bit more. But one of the characters that we didn't see throughout this movie was, we actually didn't get to see the king of this kingdom. So it was only Sonya and the senator, and I think the senator guy is going to be more one of the bad guys that we have to deal with, since he does look more like he's the fucking military might of this. So maybe that, you know, Fairy Tail's hired by Sonya to get this stuff back, but then as well she's with the kingdom, so there might be some little weird where she's like very decisive about this at first, so we'll have to wait and fucking see. But goddamn, am I fucking ready for this movie. I really want to do it, and it's a shame. Honestly, like I said, I would love if I could see this day one. It would be a dream if I was like, hey, go there, go and see that. But of course, I'm going to have to wait like everyone else, and I have to wait for the official release. Or at least if it comes out in cinema. I know Man said that they already picked it up in the Aussie land, so I'm looking forward if the UK can finally. I think we are. I think Fairy Tail's popular enough that it would get out there. We've seen like Yu-Gi-Oh come out there as well. We've also seen like Dragon Ball, One Piece. Like if like One Piece, which isn't as big as like both like, you know, Bleach, Naruto, and a bunch of other stuff, and Fairy Tail's pretty popular in the UK, so I would definitely say that if anything, Fairy Tail has a very high chance, at least, to be seeing in my sort of like cinemas and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that at least. And honestly, I want to see what you guys think and all that, because I'm really looking forward to this movie. And I hope if the breakdown, like, you gave something away, but yeah, like if anything, like what the fuck, like Wendy's getting a bunch of moments in. She's not my favorite character, but goddamn, she's getting some good moments. Same thing as you said with Grey, holy shit, Ice Devil Slayer stuff. Also as well that Julia stuff though, we're seeing on there, so I'm very curious to see where that's going to go. And also as well Natsu, I really love the fact they're going to be going to stuff and all that. Seeing Natsu and E.N.D on me, I absolutely love. That's going to be one of the things in the movie, so I can't wait for that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But I'll see you guys though, and all you Fairy Tail fans though, next time though.